Hey everyone, it's Team QuadGods Chief Propaganda Officer Quinn Wing, and I'm here to document to you our Quadcopter project progress. Right off the bat, week 1, the professor's TAs were already helping us with training with the autonomous unit. Of course, we didn't have to practice with the hardware like we learned from last quarter. And here we have our team captain, Marlena, and then there's me, then there's the rest of our team, Mark, Matt, and Matt. And here's our team's first Arduino success. We demonstrate that we're able to activate the servo only as long as enough light is shed onto the photoresistor. First team meeting in the science library. Forgot to photograph the rest of our team. Ha, caught him off guard. The very next week, training Pixie camera. We sure all had fun, whether it was getting to hold the camera or watching someone else hold it. Yep, our whole team sure enjoyed ourselves. That fun couldn't last forever. Soon we had to begin fabricating because we had much more to do this quarter than last quarter, considering how we had to fabricate not only the solid structure but also to equip the autonomous unit. And here we have our Gantt chart, not filled to week 10 because of all the new factors we had to take into account. So we weren't sure how to formulate one complete plan to account for everything. And now to demonstrate our Arduino progress. Here's our setup, set from 10 to 30 centimeters for convenience. As the distance increases, the ultrasonic sensor will activate the servo motor. We have our setup. When I show it green, the Pixie camera will activate the servo motor. And you could tell by the Pixie's LED when it emits the green light it sees. That was Mark and Marlena working on the Arduino code, and thus also hooking up the autonomous component. There's Matt progressing our skeletal structure. Ha! Caught this guy off guard too. And here was our complete framework structure, Professor required in the middle of the quarter as sort of like a midterm equivalent. As soon as we hooked up the flight component, we ran a test flight. It wouldn't lift off at all, even at max throttle. No idea why. So we decided to restructure our quadcopter to allow more airflow. Unfortunately, as we found out very late, the problem was neither with airflow nor the weight. Turns out we had the wrong motors to go with our propellers all along. Nearing the end of the quarter, closest thing we ever had to a group picture. Our messy creation after 9 weeks. Here's our final Gantt chart. Some incomplete items due to our prolonged standstill with the motor propeller conundrum. Our successful but separate Arduino codes. One for sweeping by color recognition. Me demonstrating green activating the second servo, and pink to activate the first. For some reason green auto resets. You can't see the second servo, but you can still hear it activate. And the other for sweeping by distance detection. Here, the range between 15 and 30 centimeters activates servo 1, and between 30 and 40 activates servo 2. Our final circuitry diagram, illustrating what we've learned from Engr7A and Engr7B. Thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed QuadGods Quadcopter documentary.